We're here at Radiodays in Malmo, Sweden, and this is the wonderful Hannah Russel from Mags Creative. Now, what do you specialise at Mags? I know you do so many great podcasts. What's the genesis of what you do?
So at Mags Creative, we make shows for lots of different people. So we work with blue chip brands like Facebook and Google and Puffin to make branded content that people actually want to listen to. We also make content exclusively for Spotify and Amazon. And as well as that, we concept and develop and bring talent in for our own Mags Creative original shows, which are shows that we own and we build into top podcasts.
So you were giving a talk today about how to kind of get up off the ground, your business, your idea. What are some of the tips and tricks?
I would say stay aligned to who you are. So we were talking a lot in that talk about values and purpose and mission and sort of really staying true to that. Also staying in your own lane. So, comparison being the thief of joy. And if you think too hard about what other people are doing or, everything over there looks really shiny, you just get derailed. So really staying in your own lane and staying true to what you want to achieve.
That's interesting. Expand on that a bit. Staying in your own lane. Can you give me an example of a common mistake where people veer out of their lane?
I don't think it means that you can't work with or, explore other routes, but to me, staying in your own lane is being true to what you're trying to achieve, believing in it really, really steadfastly, and just getting on with it and not kind of worrying about what the haters might think, what other people are going to say about you, what other people are doing with their business, but really kind of having a real inner kind of confidence around, why am I doing this? I believe there's a business here, or I believe there's a podcast here, and I'm going to get on with it.
It's difficult because, when we look at the flow chart or the life of a podcast, you have the initial spike when everyone's excited and it's new, and then there's the big dip, and then it's a slow build after that. So how do you keep going when, like you said, you look and everyone's got a shinier podcast than yours, and it's going to be a tough grind ahead?
I think the first conversation that we have with people when they want to get into podcasting is, are you in this for the long run? Because the times have gone where, you launch a podcast and it's an overnight success. It happens so rarely in the industry in 2022. And so really being prepared to kind of get into a podcast and think about it as a long-term part of your career, as a long-term part of your, wider vision and kind of purpose as a human being is a core component to why you should do it in the first place. Obviously, there will still be moments, I think, where you think, God, this is hard, or, this is a bit of a struggle. But if you're doing something that is really aligned with what you believe in and what you think to be true, then those moments are going to be much easier to overcome.
Yeah, and it could be years. It could be talking a couple of years before you.
We are talking years. Yeah. I think there's some data out at the moment that says of the top 10 podcasts in the US, 7 of those podcasts have been running for longer than 7 years. Okay. So we're not really very often talking about shows becoming quick overnight successes. The big podcasts that we see today have built over the long term, and they've really put in the hours. And so I think knowing that when you go into something, you're going to be much more realistic about what success looks like if you know that.
Final thing, why did you call the business Mags?
My grandma was called Margaret, otherwise known as Maggie, otherwise known as Mags. So it's really a family business. I run the business with my sister Faith. And naming it after our grandma just means that, she's with us all the time. And we won an award recently in the UK. We won 2 gold arias. Woo! Woo-hoo. And seeing her name basically up on stage made the moment even more sweet.
That's really beautiful. Well, I have faith in Mags and in you, Hannah Russel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.